So we went to this little collector's market that was advertised on Facebook. I've been to these before. I think I've been to maybe, let's say, 5 of them so far. And, sometimes I get something, but rarely do I leave the event without something. Unfortunately, this one was pretty, pretty scarce on stuff. As you can see, the 1 meter distance thing is not applicable in this, so everybody was nuts to butts in this event. But as long as you don't touch each other, I guess you're good. So the stall is, as you can see, got a mixture of different things. Got McFarlane, got Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, all sorts of things, Star Wars. This guy had a bit of everything, but unfortunately it's nothing that caught my eye. I used to be into McFarlane a while back ago during the early 2000s, but nowadays their stuff looks horrible. I mean, the craftsmanship is not the same as they once were, and understandably, it cut costs and everything. But it's sad to see McFarlane drop their quality to what they are now, and they're just doing DC stuff that, I don't know, it just looks generic to me, so I didn't buy them. Even The Witcher, this guy looks horrible. The face paint, the face house is just, it doesn't look good compared to what NECA can do. I wish NECA did The Witcher. Unfortunately, McFarlane got the license. So yeah, this guy had quite a bit of stuff, but stuff that didn't really appeal to me personally. So this guy I bought from him online time and time again. He has some good stuff you don't really see in my country, stuff you don't really see in the local markets really. And sometimes my gimbal jitters and freaks out now and then, so excuse the little stuttering now and then. So he's got some McFarlane stuff, some DC stuff you don't really see again in my local markets. So he knows what he has, and unfortunately he prices them the way he prices them because he knows what he has. I got some G.I. Joe stuff, some what do you call them, Masters of the Universe, pops. You will always see pops in these things. You will never see a stall without a pop. I just realized that this guy had the Ren and Stimpy pop and I didn't buy it, so that killed me a bit when I saw the footage. But maybe next time. Hot Wheels is a huge thing in my country. I don't know why. Everybody has Hot Wheels. They're just little cars to me, but for some reason it's popular to everybody else. Again, Masters, X-Men, just a hodgepodge of different things. So you really have to look at these tables. One thing that stood out for me is this Japanese Masters of the Universe packaging. I was really thinking about getting them, but I didn't, because I don't collect Masters of the Universe and I don't have any room for them. And I don't like collectors who buy them and store them in the closet, because that's a horrible way of collecting. So that's the one thing I don't want to do. So this table, you got some Zoids, I don't know, some anime from that anime. I'm out of anime. The only last anime I watched was One Punch Man. Everything else, I don't know what's going on. Got some art books. That one was a bit crowded, so I decided to go with this side. So as you can see, we're elbow to elbow. Not a lot of room. So if you're contaminated, you're contaminated. Whatever. I was also looking at this Batman Shogun thing from Funko, but the price was, it was so high. It looked really good. I really wanted to get it, but I was really going to spend some money on this place, but you gotta hold yourself back on some things. If the price is too high, just pass on it, man. Not worth it. Buy something else. So you got some, minifigs, Legos, just a lot of different stuff, really. Some masterpiece. You didn't hear it from me, but I do not know if it's original or not, these masterpieces. You see them everywhere in these places, so you start to think, are these replicas? They could be. So got some more, Legos, loose pieces, McFarlane, some locally made, fan-made stuff, mugs. Star Wars. Just, I don't want to call them junk, but to me it's just nothing. It doesn't really appeal because you see them everywhere. Here you got some art books from games, movies, comics, artists, books, biographies, and some reprints of some old comics as well. A bunch, actually. You got some Akira's. Usually my wife would buy a bunch of books in these things, but again, I don't know what happened with this particular event, but there was really nothing to look at, nothing to that sparks my interest. This is a interesting booth. They apparently make 3D models, silicon models of things you can order. As you can see, you got some 3D examples. Got some Deadpool heads. I don't know, for 1/6 scale if you want to replace it. This thing I thought was something else before. It's a bird. Yeah, it's a bird. I thought it was something else when I looked at it head on. So you got some masks. If you want to not wear a surgical mask, you have your pick of using these masks, I guess. Make a statement out there. I mean, they look cool, but not for me. And yeah, these RC cars, these battery operated cars, these were big in the 90s for when I was a kid. Hot Wheels, yeah, just random hodgepodge of things. There's no real rhyme or reasons to these stalls. They just sell whatever they think would sell. Got some Bad Batch, Black Series. Like I said, these battery operated cars used to be big when I was young. Now all the ones I have are just dead, destroyed. So this is a baby stall. So if you have kids, you could go all ham on this, because from what I saw in the pricing, they're pretty cheap. And unfortunately, this is when somebody called me. I had to cut the video. So that stall had like baby stuff, really, and RCs. Yeah. Then this guy is the Lego guy. I see this guy every time we have these events. He sells his little loose figures. I do not know if these are legit Legos though, so you tend to risk it when you buy loose Legos, because there are a lot of bootlegs out there, guys. So got some cool accessories, but I'm not into Lego. Never was. They just annoy me. I don't know why. Too many pieces. Then we got your mother's cutlery and your mother's decorations up for sale. I mean, this is not just for toys, it's also for like antique people as well. They try to invite everybody as much as they can to fill out the space. So you got some vinyl records, a bunch of vinyl records, some random stuff, more vinyl records. Yeah, old stuff. When we came back to this place, a bunch of people were just sitting down on the floor, just rummaging through these things. But what I can tell, these are like mostly local artists. Then we got this guy. This guy I've seen once in a while. He has some not unique, but his stuff is different from what everybody else has, which I like. He has a lot of NECA pieces. Not a lot of people here sell NECA stuff. At least, you know, original NECA stuff. There's bootlegs of NECAs as well, unfortunately. Then we got some items from your grandparents' house. I mean, I used to do antiquing back in the day, but then I stopped because I looked at my house and just, you know, this is junk. Why am I collecting this stuff? So I sold most of them off, and, you know, I stopped altogether. Plus, antiquing in my country is kind of difficult because the way they price them, they tend to like overboard on the price, and it just you know, it makes you sick when they do that. And I just stopped altogether and just saved my money, because if you're not gonna sell them for a fair price, and you know, you're not gonna get my money. That's it. We got some coins. This thing kind of, for some reason I wanted to get this because it was framed nicely, but my wife was behind me and I need to like keep it cool. Plus, I didn't know where to put that thing in my house, so it was just gonna be a waste of money just buying it. More stuff from your grandmother's house, vintage stuff. I don't know, McDonald's toy stuff. Just a lot of random shit on this table. So I just breezed past it. Then we have this stuff from your grandmother's attic. Yeah. I mean, these are all vintage for sure, but you know, it's like, where are you gonna put all this stuff? Some model cars from back in the day. Looks cool, but no place to put it in my place. We got some more antique stuff. Yeah. I mean, you know, when it comes down to it, they kind of meld together and they start looking the same. So you really have to look. Like, I wanted to get those 2 cameras down there, but I stopped collecting these old vintage cameras a long time ago. And I don't want to open that box again, because it took a long time for me to stop collecting that. And we got some cigarettes, some weird small Goku guy thing. Yeah. So here's your little barrier to stop you from, you know, I don't think it helped, but whatever. Got someone's Coke collection. I don't know if that's a used Coke cup from back in the day. That's kind of gross. Yeah, then this part got I was annoyed at this part, because this is when everybody started not pushing, but they got in your face. They didn't even bother saying excuse me or sorry. They just stepped in front of you. It's kind of a shame. I mean, manners don't cost much. Like, see? Because it's hard. I mean, I get it. These events don't happen every day. They happen like once every maybe 6 months. So these guys go into this event and just go all at it, trying to get as much as they can. But you know, they lose their decency. They lose their consideration when they do that. And there I go on a rant, whatever. But yeah. This stall got really crowded late in the day. I don't know why. I mean, this stuff is just stuff. I mean, I could get this online if I wanted to. Nothing really particularly interesting to me, at least. I mean, I guess for collectors, they go all ape shit over it. And as you can see, yeah, just, you know, bump into me. I was really peeved at this part of the event, because people like nudging, and you know, it's like, back off just a bit, please. Then we got some, Hot Wheels is a big thing here. I don't understand the interest. I don't understand the hype, but yeah, there's a lot of Hot Wheels. And we got more Hot Wheels. So I guess it's a big thing here. I mean, it's affordable. Affordable more than Hot Toys, so We got some loose figs here, Star Wars stuff, some kaiju stuff, some Dragon Ball stuff, some hand sanitizers. Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff, you know. Nothing really poked out at me, unfortunately, which is sad because me and my wife drove an hour plus trying to get here, and you know, the what you call the merchandise or the stuff wasn't as nice as it was back in the day. Got Motu, got some Warcraft, and more Hot Wheels. Yeah, got all of them Hot Wheels. Some Marvel Legends, some generic Marvel Legends. So yeah, nothing really to look at for me. Got some shirty shirts of some Cyborg Power Ranger thing, Kamen Rider guy, who knows. And we got some more Marvel. I'm so glad I didn't get into Marvel Legends because these things poop out every 4 months, like wave after wave. It's insane if you can keep up with that. Because Marvel Legends, collecting that stuff is no joke. You need to be really dedicated and not collect anything else. So yeah. Yeah, some more Star Wars stuff. Old Star Wars stuff. I mean, generic Star Wars stuff you see everywhere. Nothing really special. Then we got some Gunpla or RC parts for sale, I guess, like Gunpla tools. Yeah. And this stall had mostly Gundam. The only Gundam I know is Gundam Wing, and even then I didn't understand the story because I was a kid. I didn't really care. I just wanted to see robots. I didn't really care about the philosophical bullshit that was in the show. But these things look cool though. But you know, it's expensive shit, these things. Especially the high grade ones. So yeah, let's skip this table. Not much to see. Got some, I guess these are magic cards. Don't see a lot of magic cards unless you go to the outlets here in the malls. Yeah. I don't see a lot of people like buying Gundam stuff when I was there. I mean, I don't want to be Snoopy, but I didn't see, when I look at their bags, I don't see a lot of like Gundam stuff. Then this guy had mostly imports from Japan, Figma stuff. Whether or not they're original is up for debate. I wouldn't bother buying Figmas from these types of events because they could be fake bootleg shit. And buying Figma bootlegs on retail is a horrible thing to ever happen because Figma bootlegs are horrible. They will just fall apart once you open them. I would know. I bought a few. I bought a few knowing though. But, you know. I just got some, you know, Kamen Riders. I mean, you know, great for kids, you know. If you're a little spud, you go apeshit over this stuff. But for me, it was nothing. It was no hot toys, no real designer figures, no 3A stuff. It's just, eh. So walking along, you could see how this event looks like. That's the hallway you walk through with people butting into you. It's like, yeah, it's not like as if there's a pandemic, right? Then we got this local artist guy. You know, it's nice to see local artists now and then because you barely see them as it is. They don't really have an outlet here, unfortunately, unless you really look for them. So seeing them out and about in these things is nice. But this guy's art isn't really my thing, unfortunately. I don't like traditional stuff. So, but you know, his stuff is kind of unique. A lot of big girls in his in his art. And then you can see my gimbal. My gimbal just freaked out, just stood up straight up, almost launched my phone out of the thing. Then we got some more of your grandma's pots, tea kettles, bags. I don't know. I mean, it's good, you know, for me to look at, but to buy, no. And it's got. I saw that Metroplex. I never thought Takara Tomy made Metroplex. I wonder what that was. Some bags. And then someone decided to call me. I had to cut the video there. But you didn't miss much though. So here's the last 2 stalls of the ground floor. In this area at least. You got some dudes selling some old 80s, 90s film cameras. Some bags. Some toys your cousins don't play anymore. That's what I think when I see these things. Like, these are like toys your cousins don't play anymore, and you just took them to sell them. Cause the condition of these things are horrible. Like, they're all scratched up, beat up. They're probably still sticky from snot and all that. That's why I never touch these things unless I really, really, really want them. Some more antique stuff and these monster things. I mean, if you have a kid, man, I mean, these events are great for kids, but again, for a pessimist like me, is like bleh. Then whoop, yeah, there we go. Gimbal freaked out yet again. Whatever. So walkie. There's a couple of other stalls up ahead. Let's just take a gander. So this is a pretty small, it's not a mall, but it's like one of those downstairs of an office block thing, and you have this this dickhead just bumped into me, didn't even say excuse me, just fucking gross. But you know, that's the society I live in, so you have to brush it off and not be too angry about it, because life's too short, right? So we got some, let's see, these statues again. Whether or not these things are original is up for debate, but I see these things everywhere. And the copies of these things are getting more and more accurate. I mean, back in the day, maybe like 3 years ago, if it was bootleg, you would honestly know it's bootleg because it looks horrible. But nowadays, the copies are getting more and more insane. I mean, the details is almost the same as the original, so I would caution you if you ever decide to buy those things. Yeah, we got some McDonald's toys and some sticky sticks. I see these guys too sometimes in these events. They sell like loose stuff, just random shit, really. I mean, you got some. I mean, again, if you had a kid, you could go really all ham on this. I mean, you don't have to go to Toys R Us or nothing. You're set when you go to these things, because they could just pick whatever and you pay like what, $5 for 10 things. So yeah, so a lot of loose stuff. I really wanted to get that McFarlane's Beatles Yellow Submarine guys, but they were missing so many things. So I thought, nah, that's okay. I might find the whole set one day, who knows. And then I saw, if you see, there's like a little black cat thing. I don't know why it interested me, this thing, yeah. It was unique to me, but when I touched it, it felt so gross. It was so squishy, it was rubbery and squishy, and I knew if I kept it in my place, that thing would get sticky in no time, so I was like, nah. But, you know, it looked cool. You stick that on a shelf with some designer figures, people will think that thing will cost $200. So just, loose stuff, loosey goosey stuff, loose soft toys. Yeah, so whether or not they're original, it's up for debate, like I said. Yeah, more just a bunch of stuff. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just they just placed whatever they had and just sold it. So you really have to peeling of your eyes when you're going to these things. And I've been to many of these markets, many of flea markets, so I kind of trained my eyes to zip through the tables. And I didn't. So my wife bought some stuff and wanted to show me. She has a drawer full of these damn stickers. And I keep asking, when are you ever going to stick these things? And she says, I'll find one. I'll find a place one day. It's like, okay. She has a drawer full of stickers. But I'm glad she's buying stuff. Me, I didn't see anything, and at this point of the day, I was getting really, really depressed. I was like, man, not one thing. It's got some Zords here. Is that what they call Zords? From different Power Ranger licenses, I guess. These Zords look the same to me. The only Zord I know is the one from that main Power Ranger one from the 90s. Do these Zords have names? No, right? They're just called Zords, right? And then I saw this little table here. I mean, this guy had some unique stuff. I mean, it looked different from the rest, but nothing poked out at me, unfortunately. That robot was cool, but again, where am I gonna put it? I don't have space for it, and I don't like buying stuff and having no room for it and just putting it in a closet. So that's the entrance of the thing. Not much to see. I mean, just there was I think a couple more stalls. So let's fast forward. And then we have this stall. Maybe I think they were selling local artist bands, albums, merchandise. Which is nice to see. Glad to see like the local bands are still making the scene here. Then we got your generic used CDs, used tapes, used vinyls. God knows who buys these things. But as long as you're happy, who am I to judge? And that's about it. That's the whole market we spent half a day in. Sadly, I didn't get much. I didn't get anything at all, really, which is kind of sad. Wasted a lot of fuel coming here. We went upstairs because we saw some people like selling stuff, clothes, and we saw like these people. So they had anime plushies, anime towels, anime notebooks, anime figures, anime bags, anime coasters, anime bottles, anime mugs, anime plates, anime. They had anime up to their butts. But I'm not into anime. So I was like, no. So I just kept on walking. And then we came across one particular stall, this guy. And then what came out is this thing. This thing resonated with me in a weird way. So I took a look at it because it looked different from what I've seen in the whole show. So I picked it up and it felt fucking sticky, man. This thing was gross. It was scratched up, beat up, it was sticky, and it had some marks on it. This thing was dirty, this thing was messed up. So I asked the guy, hoping that it would cost like maybe $10 or something. Like, how much you asking for this thing? And he was like, "Oh, this is a rare artist vinyl figure." I'm like, "Oh, here we go." So he gave me a most ridiculous number for this thing. Look at it. It's scratched up. I told him, I was like, "This thing, the condition of this thing is horrible, and why is the price so high?" And he says, "Oh, it's rare, blah blah blah. It's from a famous artist, blah blah blah." I mean, this could easily be a copy of the original, but when I looked closer, right, because this doesn't look like a copy. This looks kind of professionally made, if I were to say. And if I could focus the damn camera, focus, please. Oh dear Lord Almighty. There we go. It says authorized by the Coca-Cola Company. Now, if it was a copy, if this one was fake or bootleg, they wouldn't bother putting this type of legalese on the figure, because, you know, it's just too much work. So, you know, I said, at this point he was still talking to me like it was rare, blah blah blah. And I was like, "Dude, this thing it's messed up. It's scratched up. It's vinyl. I can't fix this. I mean, there's no fixing once it's scratched the way it is right now, unless, you know, if you have a special alcohol to wipe it out." But I didn't want to risk that. And look at that. That thing was sticky, man. So I was like, you know what? I don't think I'll get this guy, because he's kind of messed up and you're charging me for so much. Yeah. He was still talking to me at this point. It's like, you know, he'll lower the price a bit more if I was still interested. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I'll get this guy. Yeah, I got him. I don't know. He was just weird to me. I need to get him. I'm sorry. We worked out a price for him, and the guy was willing to deal with the price we were both happy with, I guess. I tried researching this guy on the net, and there's absolutely nothing about him. But he does suffer from some damage still. I cleaned him up as best as I could. As you can see, he's no longer greasy. There are no weird stains on him. Yeah, he's a good vinyl figure, good size, and as you can see, he is authorized by the Coca-Cola Company. So I don't know what that means. Is this like a Coca-Cola, some sort of a partnership with an artist that they had, like they sold this with a 6-pack or something? Who knows? But yeah, I got him. This is unfortunate. This is the only thing I got in the whole thing. Yeah, drove an hour to get there, and I only got one thing, unfortunately. But you know what? Them's the breaks in collecting. You can't always score. We just have to see what happens in the next one, I guess. So I'm just gonna stick him here. Yep, next to good old salad fingers. This is where he'll stay on my work desk. I'll call you Blue Regard, like from Foster's. I'll call you Blue. Okay, well, that's about it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.